Patrick Mahomes is the Michael Jordan of the NFL. When you think about how dominant Michael Jordan was during the 90s, during the Chicago Bulls dynasty, the Chicago Bulls, unless Michael Jordan was off playing golf or baseball, no other team in the NBA was winning the NBA Finals. Jordan retired after three-peating the first time and came back and three-peated once again. Patrick Mahomes has had that same level of dominance in the NFL that Jordan had in the NBA during his 90s run with the Chicago Bulls, because the only two quarterbacks that have beaten Patrick Mahomes in the postseason game have been Tom Brady and Joe Burrow. That's about it. And Tom Brady is the only quarterback who has been able to beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes is the reason why guys like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Kyle Shanahan, all-time great talents, all-time great coaches have been unable to hoist that Lombardi trophy. Patrick Mahomes has been to the conference championship game every single year he's been the starting quarterback in Kansas City. Do you not know how insane that is? That means that every single year, the Kansas City Chiefs have never came a game short of making it to the Super Bowl. The definition of a bad season as Kansas City is losing in the AFC Conference Championship game. That's the level of dominance that Patrick Mahomes has had in the NFL. And we've seen Brady have this same level of dominance during the years he was with Bill Belichick, and Kansas City and Andy Reid with Mahomes are doing the same exact thing. This is the closest thing that the NFL will ever see to Michael Jordan and the 90s Chicago's Bulls run, at least when it comes to this comparison, because people like to compare the New England Patriots to the 90s Bulls as well, but the difference between the Patriots and Kansas City is that Kansas City has just won more Super Bowls, and they've just been dominant for a longer stretch than what the Tom Brady dynasty was for their first few levels of dominance, or their first few years of dominance. Because Jordan, during their 8-year window during the 90s, they won 6 championships. Mahomes could have his 4th Super Bowl in 8 years if they're able to three-peat this season. And no other team in the history of this league has been able to three-peat. You have a quarterback that just knows how to win. And the only quarterback that Mahomes has lost to in the Super Bowl has been Tom Brady. Michael Jordan was undefeated in the NBA Finals. Mahomes is just a killer when it comes to head-to-head matchups against some of the all-time great quarterbacks of his generation. Think about this. If Patrick Mahomes was not playing and it was just a league where we had Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, how many other quarterbacks would have already have broken through by now? How many other quarterbacks would have already have won the Super Bowl if Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the league? Now think about how many all-time greats that Michael Jordan held back from winning championships in the NBA. Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone. There are some all-time great players in the history of the NBA that have never won an NBA championship because of how dominant Michael Jordan was. Same thing can be said about Patrick Mahomes and the level of dominance that he's had in the AFC, to where guys like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson still do not have Super Bowls despite being some of the most talented quarterbacks that ever played this position. Patrick Mahomes is the 90s Michael Jordan of football.